Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
And welcome to 93.9 KTAK's coverage of Riverton High School basketball, and welcome to the Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show. We are here for day 2 of the Flaming Gorge Invitational, hosted by Green River High School, well, I should say Green River School District and Rock Springs School District. We are at Lincoln Middle School. We want to thank them for helping us get set up. The superintendent as well as the middle school principal were of great help. There's about 34.1 seconds left in this JV game between, I know one's Mountain View, I do believe, but I don't know who the other one is. We are going to be broadcasting our very first girls game of this tournament. Last night, unfortunately, the boys and girls being somewhat, well, not somewhat, they were in 2 different locations, not too far away from each other, but with the boys especially starting late and the girls, from what we were told, starting on time, we weren't able to get broken down and set back up. Luckily today we do have a doubleheader for you. We've got this game between Mountain View and Riverton here, starting at approximately 11:20, and then we have the boys are going to face Grace High School out of Idaho. And they just played a game today. I don't know if it was their JV or not. But Grace, Idaho is going to play against the Riverton Wolverines at 4:20. Same location, so we're just going to stay set up, and we'll go back to music and come back after that. Last night, the Mountain View High School won 47-38 over Green River to take their record to 5-0 coming into this game. The Riverton Lady Wolverines and Coach McIntosh fell to Bear Lake out of Idaho, 33-23. So evidently the boys and girls of Bear Lake play very similar as far as slow, methodical, not a lot of points scored. We saw that in the loss by the boys last night. But that brings the Lady Wolverines record to 1-4 overall. So we've got just a little bit of notes of what else is going on today. If you're out and about in Riverton tuning in here and you want to watch some high school athletics, the wrestling team is for Riverton is at the Battle of the Bighorns today and tomorrow. And boys swim today is having a duel versus Worland at 4 o'clock, and then tomorrow is the Riverton Invite at 10 a.m. As far as basketball, the rest of the way, we have today's game at 11:20, and the boys at 4:20, and then tomorrow we'll have a breakfast tip-off at 9:40 a.m. for the girls, and for the boys, it will be a 2:40 tip-off, and then we'll be headed back over South Pass and headed home. So lots of athletics, lots of basketball going on. We've got a full slate of games this weekend on the Wind River Radio Networks. There are 6 games being called by Cody Beers over the next 2 days involving Wyoming Indian. So be sure to tune in that as they're hosting their own invitational. And Sean O'Bray and Ernie Over will be on the call on KFCW with Lander at the Douglas Invitational the next 2 days. So lots of basketball. You got to get your fill of hoops. And we'll be back with more pregame action on the Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show on KTAK right after this.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
From the field, to the court, to the pool, and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Is your resolution this year to be healthier? You may have made a commitment to improve your physical health, but don't forget about your financial health. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union is listed as one of the healthiest credit unions in the U.S., and we are the healthiest credit union in Wyoming, according to depositaccounts.com. Don't risk having your accounts anywhere else. Become a member today and accomplish your first resolution by becoming healthier. Financially speaking, that is. Federally insured by NCUA. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
And welcome back to the Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show here on 93.9 KTAK. Just a reminder, if you're out and about listening on the radio, when you get to your destination, you can tune in and watch the live stream here on the Hampton pregame show, Hampton & Suites pregame show, as well as all the action this afternoon. By either downloading the app or going to WYO Today's YouTube page. So you can download that app, search for WYO Today in any of your app stores, and you'll find that. Get that downloaded on your phone and or mobile device, or check it out on YouTube. One of the interesting things coming into this game against Mountain View is that Coach McIntosh kind of looks, there is one real key that we've seen this season compared to with the win versus Cheyenne versus the loss versus Pinedale, Sheridan, Laramie, and last night against Bear Lake is when he has multiple players score double digits, he's won. The team has won. And that was only seen against South, and that's where Engstrom had 10, Jackson had 20, and Bradley right behind that with 9. In that game, they had 8 different scores compared to, for example, the Laramie game where they had 6 scores but only 1 in double digits, that being Jackson with 12, and nobody else had, besides Riley Johnson, had over 4. Riley Johnson finishing with 7. And then against Pinedale, no double-digit scores. In fact, only 2 field goals made in the second half, 1 free throw, where they only scored 3 points, in the fourth quarter. Only 3 points scored in the fourth quarter, only 7 overall. 3 points scored in the fourth quarter, 7 overall in the second half. We're going to get that right at some point. So coming in today against Mountain View, you see a lot of familiar family names for Mountain View, Wyoming. Multiple siblings and or cousins or family members, it looks like. So unique here in the fact that the middle school is in, and it looks like one of the classes has decided to come watch some basketball as they're filing in now. They were just having lunch as myself and Connor were walking down the hall, and it was chaos. But they do have a setup here up top, and we're looking forward to it. And we'll be right back with the Sutherland starting lineups here in about 3 minutes on KTAK.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes. Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
And welcome back to the Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show. Trying to lay eyes on starters right now for them because we're a little bit away. So we're trying to get, I've got 11, 13. So just trying to get it down. I don't have.
Welcome to game number 2 this morning here at Lincoln Middle School. Let us introduce the visiting team on the scoreboard this morning. The Mountain View.
Okay, Mountain View's about to introduce himself, so we're going to go right into the Sutherland starting lineups, and they are going to start Jada Kinnison, number 2, number 11, Cammie Kinnison, number 21, Isabel Hickey, number 23, McKinley Kovalo, and number 24, Haley Porter. For the Riverton Lady Wolverines, it will be kind of more of the same as we've kind of gotten used to so far this season, and it will be, let me get the last one, make sure. Yep, it is the exact same. It is going to be senior, number 1, Olivia Bradley. It's going to be number 3, Macy Brown. Number 10, McKay Fegler, a senior as well there. Senior, number 11, I think she's a senior, I'm sorry. Yes, she is. Number 11, Ella Judd. And junior, number 13, Haley Engstrom. Jessica Moretti is the coach of Mountain View, and the coach of Riverton, of course, is Travis McIntosh. So we're going to get rid of some of these graphics for those viewing it, as we want to thank the Hampton Inn Suites pregame show, thank Hampton Inn Suites, as well as want to thank Sutherland's for sponsoring that starting lineup, and Riverton to start this game. The Lady Wolverines will be going right to left on your radio dial. We want to thank Rusty Harris back at the mothership running board ops for us this morning. And, of course, Connor Shields is with me on camera as usual. So taking the last day before Christmas off, going to probably be an unexcused absence, but a little father bonding time here. Tip is going to go to Mountain View, and it's going to be corralled by Kinnison. Cammie Kinnison, that is. Like I said, a lot of shared last names here. She gets it over to Porter. Porter hands it off to Hickey. Hickey goes in and misses for 2. Rebound is gotten by Hallie Porter. She shoots and misses. Ball goes out of bounds off the backboard and out of bounds. So lo and behold, guess what? They're going to press is Mountain View. Everybody seems to want to try and press. Olivia Bradley this time easily breaks it, gets it to Fegler up top. Fegler sets the offense, gets it over to Judd. Judd on the left wing, out to Macy Brown. Macy Brown fakes the 3, drives down, kicks out to Judd for 3. No good by Ella Judd. Rebound is going to go loose, but it's going to wind up with Mountain View. Mountain View looking to break. 23 puts up, no good. Offensive rebound is up and good. The miss by Covelo. Porter able to put it in. So it is now 2-0 Mountain View with 7:12 to go in the first. Bradley breaks the press. Fegler has up top over to Engstrom. Engstrom looking to drive, does so down to the baseline, kicks it back up to Fegler. Fegler eyes a 3, doesn't, and then turns it over by trying to hit Engstrom. Just a kind of a lazy bounce pass that was easily anticipated by Haley Porter. Jada Kinnison now with it. She's going to get it over to Cammie Kinnison, who gets it back up top to Porter. Porter goes inside to Covelo, who puts it up and in. So they are definitely working the inside right now as we go to 4-0 here as we hit the minute and a half into the game mark. 6:30 left to go in the first quarter. Judd has it on the right wing. She comes up top, hands off to Olivia Bradley. Olivia Bradley looks to drive, is cut off, and they're going to call a double dribble on her for turnover number 2. That, of course, is always a contributing factor here for the Riverton Wolverines. The Lady Wolverines have to keep the turnovers at bay. They already have 2 quick ones. Inbound, Olivia Bradley giving a little token pressure against Jada Kinnison as she brings it up. Kinnison drives to the elbow, kicks it back out to Cammie Kinnison. They get it back inside, missed by Covelo. Rebound is going to be fought for. It's going to go out of bounds, but will remain with Riverton. So no doubt here early on what Mountain View and Coach Moretti is looking to do. She is looking to go inside to Covelo and to Hallie Porter. Olivia Bradley brings it in the front court. Looks like a bit of a man and a little matchup zone maybe. And Judd's going to drive down to the baseline, and she's going to get called for a travel for the 3rd turnover of the night for Riverton. So a little bit of switching defenses by Mountain View, really disguising their defense well. Now Riverton out in the press against Mountain View. Inbounded to Cammie Kinnison. She's going to bring it into the front court on the left side. She drives all the way to the right, hands it off to Jada Kinnison, who then gets it over to Isabel Hickey. She puts up the shot, missed. Rebound comes away to Engstrom. She gets it to Bradley. Cross court to Macy Brown. Up top to Fegler for 3. Good by McKay Fegler. And Riverton is on the board and with a lead. It's not a lead. They trail 4-3 with 5:20 to go, but they are on the board now. In the half court, Mountain View looks inside, then kicks it outside to Covelo. She gets over to one of the Kinnisons. Kinnison for 3. That was Jada, and she is good. So 7-4 at the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Fegler brings it in the front court, almost tosses it away. Engstrom able to get it, and they're going to call an over and back. Looked like it was tipped away, but they're going to say that Haley got control of it again before the over and back. So that is going to be turnover number 4. So here we go. Mountain View now with a 4-point lead. You're always in danger, Riverton has been, of runs where they don't score and they give up a lot. Going inside, the basket is put up and in. That's Covelo again. She's only 2 for 4 and only has 4 points, but that's definitely who they want to target, it seems. 4:38 in the first quarter. It's 9-3 in favor of Mountain View. Riley Johnson has come in, and she gets the ball and immediately throws it to no man's land and out of bounds for turnover number 5. Not the start she wanted. I'm trying to see who else may have checked in. Paisley Jackson, of course, also checking in. Inbound is to Jada Kennison. Kennison brings it in the front court, guard by Bradley. Gets it over to Cammie Kennison. They get inside to guess who? Covelo. That's her 6th point. And we're going to have a timeout at the 4:17 mark in the first quarter by Coach McIntosh. It's going to be a 30-second. It's 11-3 Mountain View. We'll take the break with them and be right back on KTAK.
To the canyon near you. Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Gotchi Rehabilitation.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Lady Wolverine basketball. There is 4:17 left in the first quarter. It is 11-3 in favor of Mountain View. They are technically the visitors today. And there's no doubt who they're wanting to go to. They're funneling the ball into Covelo and running their offense through that height advantage. Jackson now brings in the front court after timeout, gets to Engstrom. Engstrom over to Olivia Bradley on the right wing. Bradley looks for Fegler up top, finds her, gets it to her. Olivia Bradley over to Johnson. Excuse me, not Bradley, Fegler to Johnson. Johnson tries to pass it to Bradley. It's tipped, but Bradley does corral the basketball. Bradley looking inside, goes up top to Fegler. Fegler to Johnson on the left wing. Johnson looking to drive, shoots a runner, and she's just off the back of iron. No good, and the rebound comes away to Mountain View. Mountain View now setting up their half-court offense. They get up top to Covelo. Covelo over to Isabel Hickey. And we're going to get an offensive foul there on a screen. Looks like she got the hip out, and that is on Covelo. That's her first, team first. And it'll be Riverton basketball. She kind of hip-checked Olivia Bradley there, and Olivia went falling to the dirt. Gets up all right, it seems. Ella Judd coming back in, as is a Macy Brown. They're going to come get Engstrom and Olivia Bradley. Macy Brown going to inbound to Fegler. Fegler, no pressure here, brings it over the timeline and sets up the half-court offense for Riverton. To Judd on the wing. She drives middle, kicks out to Riley Johnson. Riley at three-point line, drives into the free throw and hits Fegler on the wing. Fegler back out to Johnson, to Jackson on the wing. Now to Judd up top. Judd looking to drive, does so, and she is absolutely rejected by Covelo. Now in the half-court offense, Mountain View. Oh, Jackson trying to anticipate the pass. They're going to go cross-court. It's going to hit the ground, and it's going to be with McKelly, or Michelle, or I don't have a pronunciation on that. We'll call it McKelly. McKelly over to Cammie Kennison. Kennison going down low to Covelo, who kicks it out for a three by Addison Hickey, and she is good from long range. Nice inside out play there, and it's 14-3 with 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Brown has it up top, gets it to Judd on the wing. Judd trying to get it inside to Fegler. She can't handle the pass, and it's taken away by the aforementioned Addison Hickey. Working from the outside now is Mountain View. McKelly up to Covelo. Covelo goes underneath to Porter. She puts it up, and good. That'd be Charlie Porter for two. Multiple Porters on this team as well. 16-3, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Judd now has on the baseline. Judd brings it, gets it to Riley Johnson up top. She'll shoot a three. Off target rebound by Ella Judd. She swings all the way around. Jackson now has it. She looks to drive, puts up a floater. Good. Jackson's first points of the day, and it's 16-5 in favor of Mountain View. Mountain View now with on the left wing, goes cross court to Cammie Kennison. They go inside, missed but rebounded, and missed again by Covelo, but it will be a foul there. Charlie Porter had the first miss, and then Covelo missed the next one, but she will go to the line. Kovalo won't go to the line. McKelly will. That was who had the miss underneath. She puts the first one. Michaeli is what the PA announcer's saying, so we'll go with that. Michaeli misses the first. That foul was on number 11, by the way. That was on Ella Judd. That was her first, the team first. So not a lot of fouls here in the first quarter. Michaeli going to the line, shooting the second of 2. Free throw is up, and it is good. So 17-5, right under a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. It's been all Mountain View here, and it's been more so inside presence by Kovalo than it has been the typical press defense. But there's a turnover by Riverton. That's their 6th of the quarter. Breaking is Mountain View. Horrible shot. They should have stopped, but they got their own rebound, and they missed that one as well. Porter with a miss, and Michaeli with a miss, and here comes Riverton after that rebound. Ella Judd now has it up top, gets over to Jackson, who comes to Brown on the wing. Brown over to Engstrom on the opposite wing, gets it to Olivia Bradley, a little bit deeper on the wing. We're going to say wing a lot. They go inside to Jackson. Jackson puts up the 10-footer. She misses, but she will get 2. Free throw is going to be for Jackson. Foul is going to be against Jada Kennison. That's her first, only team second. So as you've heard me mention before, ladies and gentlemen, love how she shoots her free throw, steps back, kicks a leg up, and then steps up. But she misses that first one. It's a really interesting routine, and it has worked well for her last year. And this year, she's been all right from the line. Not quite as good, I think, as last year. But second one is up, hits all the rim, but goes in. So 17-6, 11-point game as we go under 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Mountain View has had the lead from the outset. They bring it in the front court and look to set up their offense. They get it over to Hickey. Hickey over to Michaeli. Michaeli, to a wide open cutting Hickey there. Nice give and go. And that will make it now 19-6. It was just incredible, the cut there and how much she was wide open. Brown now with it in the half court, throws it to Engstrom, and it's going to go through Engstrom's hands. She kind of watches it, thinking it's going out of bounds, but 24 is there, Haley Porter, to get it for Mountain View, and she sprints down for a layup after turnover number 7. Last second three is thrown up by Jackson, and it is no good as well. So after the first quarter, it has been all Mountain View. It is 21-6 over the Lady Wolverines. We'll be right back with the second quarter here on KTAK.
Be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Lady Wolverine basketball. After the first quarter, it is 21-6, all in favor of Mountain View. Riverton, again, having trouble scoring the basketball. They've got 2 people with 3 each, Jackson with 3 and Fedler with 3, but have only hit 2 field goals. Don't expect a whole lot more than that. So it is 21-6. Kovalo has been the big difference maker along with Hallie Porter underneath. That is definitely what the Buffaloes and Mountain View are going to try and do. To start the second quarter, Riverton has the basketball. They've got Johnson, Judd, Brown, Jackson, and Fedler on the court. Judd has it up top, swings it to Fedler down towards the baseline. She brings it up top, gets it back to Johnson. Johnson now up at the top of the three-point line, looks to drive, puts up a runner, no good. Rebound by Mountain View. was not a bad look there, just couldn't get it to fall. Mountain View now in the half court. They hit a streaking Porter who tries to throw the ball. She's going to throw it out of bounds. She's just a little bit out of control. I think she wanted the foul. There was some contact there, but she didn't have full control of her body either. So good no call by the officials there. Judd now brings it up, gets it to Macy Brown. Brown up top to the wing to Fegler, now up top to Johnson. Johnson looks to drive, is cut off, hits, had Brown on a nice backdoor cut, but it gets thrown away as Brown unable to corral the bounce pass. Had to be a bounce pass there, and that's the 8th turnover, I do believe. Nope, excuse me. Yep, 8th turnover of the game for Riverton. Up top to Covelo, over to Kinnison. They go underneath. They get it to Porter. She puts it up, misses. Rebound is by Mountain View. They have to kick it back out. They kick it for a 3. No good by Jada Kinnison. But they get the rebound again. Lots of offensive rebounds. They're going to go back inside to Covelo. Guess what? She's good. Took them a little while to get it to her here in the second quarter. 6:30 to play in the half, 23-6. Jackson's going to drive, get stolen, and Mountain View looks to break, loses the control of the ball just a little bit, so they will have to slow up, and now they swing it all the way inside to Porter. Porter puts it up, no good. Rebound by Brown. Excuse me there, had to mute it for sneeze. Johnson now with it, gets it up to Jackson. Jackson from 18 is no good. Mountain View with the rebound, and there was nobody for Riverton there to rebound the basketball. Just 5 Mountain View players just standing around right in the paint. The drive is going to wind up with Covelo, and guess what? She's good again. She's now got 10 on the day, and it's 25-6 with 5:45 to play in the half. Johnson now with it on the wing as there is no press now by Mountain View. Judd gets it, drives, kicks it to Jackson. Back out to Judd. Judd from 18 misses everything, and it'll come away to Mountain View. So not a lot of second shot attempts here by Riverton. Jada Kinnison looking to drive, kicks it out to Cammie Kinnison, who will shoot a 3. She's no good. Rebound will be fought for and gained by the aforementioned Cammie Kinnison, getting her own rebound. Hallie Porter going to drive now, and she's going to have it go off her knee and out of bounds for a turnover, and that is actually the second turnover of the day for Mountain View. We have a timeout on the court with 5:10 to go in the half. 25-6 Mountain View Buffalo over our Riverton Lady Wolverines. We'll be right back on 93.9 KTAK.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
And welcome back. Just a 30-second timeout. So welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Lady Wolverine basketball. Right now, kind of a conflux of, similar to the boys last night, getting in. Not a lot of shots falling. No points here in the second quarter, and we're almost 2 minutes into it. And what shots are being thrown up are being missed. And it looks like Mountain View is very similar to Bear Lake, Idaho's boys teams. They look inside, they look for the backdoor cut, and it's been successful. So after the timeout, it will be Riverton basketball. They've got Savannah Morton has checked in, and along with Johnson, Ingstrom, Brown, and Fegler. Morton with it now, gets it to Ingstrom. Ingstrom up top to Fegler. Fegler looks to drive. She's at the free throw line, kicks out to Savannah Morton for 3. No good. Rebound by Mountain View. Just no second attempts at all for Riverton. Mountain View getting multiple attempts on some misses. They've got the ball out to Charlie Porter. Porter gets it over to Kinnison. Kinnison's going to shoot for 2. She misses, that being Jada. The rebound is going to go off of Riley Johnson, however, and out of bounds for a turnover. Or not turnover, excuse me, for Mountain View basketball. Mountain View inbounding just to the right underneath their own basket. They get it inbound to Addison Hickey. Addison Hickey drives, puts up a 2, and is good. 27-6, all in favor of Mountain View. Again, Mountain View came into this 5-0 and looking quite good in 3A. Fegler now with it up top. She drives to the free throw line, kicks it to Morton. Morton to Johnson. Johnson looking to drive into the middle. Does. Kicks out to Fegler for three. Good by McKay Fegler. She's got 2 threes on the night, or on the afternoon, or late morning, depending on how you want to view it. And it is 27-9 with 3:55 to play in the half in favor of the Buffaloes. Buffaloes working their half-court offense. Kick it out to Porter. Porter looking to drive. She's cut off by Johnson. Kicks it out for a three by Kennison, Jada Kennison. She misses, and Savannah Morton will come away with the rebound. Fegler now with it, gets it across court on a long pass to Engstrom. Engstrom on the wing, gets it to Morton. Morton up top to Bradley, over to the left wing to Fegler. Fegler takes one dribble, looking inside for Johnson, gets up top to Engstrom, who shoots a three, and she's good as well. Nice shot by Engstrom. It was a high arcer, hit the front iron, the back iron, and then fell in. So 3:15 to go, and it's 27-12 in favor of Mountain View. But they immediately realize what's going on. A little bit of a run by Riverton. They get it inside to Covelo, and she is good to make it 29-12. Riley Johnson now with it. She's going to drive. All sorts of contact, not called. Ball does go out of bounds, though, and it will remain with Riverton. So far in the second quarter, they have doubled the score they had in the first quarter on 2 shots, 2 threes, one by Engstrom, one by Fegler. They are 0 for 5 from 2-point land, or 0 for 4, 2 for 3 from the 3. In the second quarter. Johnson looking to inbound it, getting close to the 5 seconds. Hits Bradley, who was cutting down the middle beautifully, and she scores for 2. So 29-14, little bit of life now by Riverton. They're starting to get their sea legs, as they would say. Michaeli driving down, she misses. Engstrom comes away with the rebound. So outside of Covelo, no one's shooting overly well for Mountain View in this second quarter, as it looks like Porter's gone ice cold. They work inside to Johnson. Johnson puts the 2 up, is no good, and it's going to be brought away by Mountain View. Mountain View looking to break. They do have numbers. They get it underneath, and they're going to get and 1. As Porter, who I just mentioned, gone ice cold, gets the 2. She gets the foul, and unfortunately, just not a good series there for Riley Johnson. She gets her first. It's only the team's second, so not a huge amount of danger with 2:08 as far as that goes. But it is now 31-14, and Johnson had a turnover and then led to that. Free throw is in and out, no good, but I think we're going to get a lane violation on Haley Engstrom. We are, so lane violation is going to get against number 13, Haley Engstrom. She did step in. She knew it as she stepped back. So the next free throw is no good as well. So Porter missing both. And on the rebound, we're going to get a jump ball, and we'll go with the possession arrow. The possession arrow, the most pointless thing since non-alcoholic beer or decaf coffee. Decaf coffee and beer just don't taste that good. So inbound by Riverton, and we're going to see what can happen here. 31-14 with 2 minutes to go. Could be important as Riverton on a bit of an offensive surge for them. They have it to Johnson in the paint. Johnson from 8. She's going to get fouled. Nicely done by her. She gets hacked on the left hand by Covelo. And no, they're going to say I thought they said 23. They did not. My bad. By 24. Her first. That's Haley Porter. That's team third. Johnson's first free throw is on the way up and good. Johnson now, the referees are having a bit of a chat. I'm not sure what the chat is.
Correction on that. Foul's on Hickey.
Okay, the foul was not on Haley Porter. They just corrected that. Foul was on Addison Hickey, number 10. Johnson with her second free throw. It's on the way. Hits front iron, no good. Rebound comes away to Mountain View. Mountain View looking to press the action here. They get it up to the front court very quickly on a long pass. Gets out to Michaeli. Michaeli on the baseline gets it up top to Isabel Hickey. Back to Michaeli. She thought about the three. You can see her pause, hands it off, and then a pass out deep. Looks like a two-pointer. It was a two-pointer. No good by 21. Rebound by Mountain View. They'll kick it out for a three, and that's good by Michaeli. So 34-15, 19-point game, minute 17. Bradley now with it. Gets it poked away, but it goes right to Johnson up top. Johnson, let's slow things down, get the offense set. Jackson now on the right wing. Jackson kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson looking to drive, and she's going to lose control of it. It's going to be tipped out of bounds, however, by Mountain View, and will remain with Riverton with a minute 03 left in the first half. Inbound goes to Johnson from Ingstrom. Johnson up around the top of the key. Gets it to Ingstrom on the right wing. Back out to Johnson. Johnson also on the right wing to Jackson. Paisley's going to shoot a three. She's good. Paisley Jackson's first three of the night. Makes it 34-18. Still in favor of Mountain View, but 16-point deficit with 40 seconds left. They get the free throw line. Now it looks like Kennison, Kami Kennison's going to drive. And I think she's going to be whistled for a travel. Nope, they're going to call a foul, a push-off on. There is, hold on, who's number one? There is no number one for them. So I'm sure they meant to be number 11, Kami Kennison. That would be her first, team fourth. Inbound, Riverton gets it all the way to the post. Jackson puts up a little 4-footer and misses on the turnaround. Probably had a little more time than she thought as we go under 20 seconds. Gets over for a three. No good by Mountain View, but, of course, they get the rebound. They can't control it, though, and Ingstrom takes it away. Looking to break is Jackson. Jackson with 5 seconds. Gets it to Johnson with 4 seconds. Johnson loses control. Olivia Bradley has it with 2 seconds. Oh, and what a horrible decision there by, I do believe, Kami Kennison. I think she's going to get called for the foul. It is going to be number 11. That should be her. That should be her second, team fifth, because they don't have a number one on the floor. And that's also going to lead to Olivia Bradley shooting 3 free throws with no time on the clock. She hits the first one as she was just trying to desperately throw up a three as the time ran out, and she was hacked. Second one, she didn't call glass, but it counts nonetheless, is up and good. And the third one is going to be good. So she hits all three, takes advantage of that, and it's 34-21 as we go to half. So that is the half, 34-21 here on KTAK. We will be right back with the CWC, Central Wyoming College halftime show here on KTAK.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Wolverine High School basketball. We are now in the Central Wyoming College halftime show. If you're looking for education right now, or if you're looking for it as a rising junior, senior, looking for what you want to do at least for a little while, want to further your education, whether it's going for welding or trying to get an associate's degree in business or computers or what have you, great education and great value. Visit www.cwc.edu today to start the application process. They are accepting people for the next semester as well, so you don't have to do the 6, 8, 10 months in advance. Helps if you do, I guess. But anyhow, they are our proud sponsors of our halftime show. At half, it is 34-21. All in favor of Mountain View. They have led from the outskirts, although in the second quarter, definitely a resurgence with Riverton outscoring Mountain View. The Lady Buffaloes in the second quarter is 21-6, 15-point lead. At the first, it's now 34-21. So in the second quarter, they outscored them 15-13. Did the Lady Wolverines. It comes down to, again, one of the bugaboos, turnovers as well as shooting percentage. Looking for, the multiple double-digit scores that can be counted on. Right now, in the first half, Mountain View has been dominated by Covelo and Hallie Porter. They've combined for 18, Covelo with 12, Porter with 6, mainly in the paint. Addison Hickey has 5 for them. Michaeli has 4. Jada Kennison has 3. Charlie Porter with 2. Isabel Hickey with 2. They are 15 of 33 from the field, shooting 45%. On the other side of the ledger for our Lady Wolverines, Bradley has 5, all in the second quarter, 1 field goal, and then, of course, the last-second 3 kind of thrown up there out of desperation, and it wound up being a foul, which is very odd, shouldn't have happened, but Bradley goes up there by herself, nobody else on the key, no one in the blocks, and puts all 3 free throws in. Savannah Morton's 0 for 1 with 0 points. Fegler's got 6 on 2 for 2 shooting. Judd is 0 for 3 tonight. Ingstrom is a 1 for 1, has the 1 3-pointer. Jackson 2 for 6, or 33%. She has 6 points, 3 in each quarter. Riley Johnson 0 for 6 from the field, has 1 point from a free throw. And overall, the team is 5 for 19 from the field for 26% shooting. So that's going to have to improve a little bit to get completely back in this game, but it is only 13 points now as Riverton kind of found their offensive identity a little bit in that second quarter. Fouls really not an issue, at least for Riverton. They only have 2 on the day. Ella Judd with 1 and Johnson with 1. On the other side of the ledger, Mountain View has 5 on the day. They've got 2 that kind of warrant concern possibly in the third quarter if they get a quick third one. That being Cammie Kennison and Covelo. Excuse me, not Covelo. She only has, that's right, she wasn't called for that one. Hallie Porter was. They do have a whistle. Now, we have Cammie Kennison with 2. They only have her with 1 at the PA check-in because they signaled number 1 with the foul there. They do not have a number 1 as Mountain View. She wasn't, so she obviously wasn't on the floor, but Cammie Kennison was right there. So that's going to be interesting if fouls become an issue for her as it goes down the stretch. Could she wind up seeing an ability to have a sixth foul? So we've got about 3 minutes until the beginning of the second half. We want to, again, thank Central Wyoming College for sponsoring this halftime show, and we'll be right back with the third quarter here on KTAK.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Jay Collins here, and I want to wish all the Fremont County athletes good luck this year. Stop down at Fremont Chevy to talk sports and let me help you purchase your next vehicle. Jay Collins, your local sales professional at Fremont Chevy Buick GMC, 307-349-7846.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541. Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org. A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Okay, and we're back here on KTAK. 34-21. Mountain View will start with the ball to start the second half. Inbounded, let's see here, Riverton. Yep, Riverton, both teams got their starters back in. Mountain View working it up top. gets it over to Cammie Kinnison. Cammie Kinnison going inside to Covelo. And she almost gets stripped, has to kick it back outside, and they'll reset, getting it to Isabel Hickey, who drives, puts it up, and she is good. Isabel Hickey looked like she was going to start everything off, slow it down, then she took off down the right side. 36-21. Fegler now with it on the right wing. Hands off to Macy Brown. Macy Brown dribbles it to her left slightly, then gets it up top to Bradley. Bradley to Judd, back up top to Fegler. Fegler looking to drive the middle, puts it up, no good, and they're going to go up for the rebound, and they're going to say it went off Haley Ingstrom, and will go over to Mountain View. So this is third quarters. The start of third quarters has always been, past 2 years, a bit of an issue for this Riverton Lady Wolverine team. Don't need to let that happen tonight, as they were able to get it down to 14 or 13. Now it's balloon back. Well, not balloon, but it's gotten up to 15. Long three going to be shot by Mountain View. It's going to be missed, and everybody's going to go to the floor, and Haley Ingstrom is going to come away with it. That was Kinnison with the miss there. And good job by Ingstrom. Bradley over to Brown. Brown on the left wing gets up top to Ingstrom. Ingstrom over to Fegler on the right wing. Fegler looks, drives to the paint, puts up an 8-foot floater, and misses that one. Second miss of the afternoon. Ball's going to go out of bounds, though, on the rebound, and it's going to go to Riverton with 6:40 left in the third quarter. Bradley looking to inbound. They've got to do something. She's getting close to 5 seconds. Tipped by Fegler. She loses it, and Covelo's going to come away with it. Gets it to Jada Kinnison. They get it inside to Hickey, who puts it up, and good. So quick 4 points by her, and it's now 38-21 in favor of Mountain View. Quickly coming down, they get the ball to Judd. Judd puts it up, no good. Rebound by Ingstrom. She's stuck in the paint, gets it to Fegler, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Ingstrom again. Shot is put up, and it's going to go out of bounds off of, looked like that shot was by Ingstrom. I was looking down, put a notation on that. Went out of bounds, though, off of Riverton and go over to Mountain View with 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Mountain View now with it in the front court. Gets it to Kinnison. Kinnison gets it to Hickey. They go inside to Covelo, and guess what? She's as good as she was in the first half. She's able to score. That is number 14 for her, and it's 40-21 in favor of Mountain View. Fegler going to shoot a long three-pointer from the left wing. She's off target. She's 0 for 4 in the third quarter, and Mountain View gets the rebound, brings about the other direction, looking to go over 20 points on the win. They go inside to Covelo. She misses, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, misses again. It's going to be tipped out of bounds and go to Riverton. So well defended there. They really sealed her off underneath and made her go up with some bad shots, and really her missing 2 in a row, something she has not done all game so far. Fegler now with it in the front court, gets it over to Brown. Brown over to the left wing to Judd. Judd brings it up top, over to Fegler on the right wing. Fegler up around three-point line, looking inside for Ingstrom. She gets it to Judd. Judd thinks about a 16-footer, then drives, puts it up, and good. That's Judd's first 2 of the night, and it is 40-23 in favor of Mountain View. Riverton now in a press, easily broken. Taking it all the way, putting it up, no good, is Hickey, but I do believe she's going to the line to shoot 2. Foul is going to be against number 11. That's Ella Judd, her second, team first of the second half, and that will send Hickey to the line. She is 3 for 7 on the day total. This is our first free throw attempt of the day. First one is up, and it is pure. Some substitutions: Riley Johnson, Paisley Jackson, and Leesburg coming in for Bradley, Brown, and Judd, with 4:56 to play in the third. One more shot is going to be coming for Hickey. That being Isabel, not Addison. Addison, a relation there. Three different sets of common last names. It is missed, and Riley Johnson comes away with the rebound. Ingstrom brings it most of the way to the half-court line, and then gets it to Fegler. Fegler drives middle, gets it to Jackson. Jackson looking to drive on the middle, hands off to Riley Johnson on the right wing. Johnson looking inside, tries to hit Engstrom, and it goes off Engstrom's hands and out of bounds. And that is turnover number 11 on the day for Riverton. Riverton with 11 turnovers, Mountain View with only 2 turnovers on the day. Kennison breaks Fegler's press fairly easily, puts it up, though, and is no good. Rebound comes away. Riley Johnson on a break. She does not have numbers. She doesn't care, though. Puts it up, and she's going to draw 2. So she's going to the line after the foul on number 21. That would be Isabel Hickey. That's her first, team first of the second half, and it'll send Riley Johnson to the line where she is 1 for 2 on the day. First free throw is up and is good. Got some mass substitutions here for Mountain View as Michaeli, Porter, and Addison Hickey check in. Johnson has the ball from the ref for her second free throw. It is up and it is good. She's now 3 for 4 on the day, and it is 41 to 20. They have it for 25. I have it for 26, so I'm guessing I'm wrong. So 41-25. Working in the half court, they get it inside to Covelo. She puts it up. She's going to get and one on a reach, I'm betting, by Fegler, but we'll see who the ref signals it on. Ref is signaling it on Fegler for the reach there. That is her first, team second, and it's going to send Covelo to the line for the old-fashioned, the traditional three-point play attempt. Free throw is up and is well short and off target and missed, but Mountain View with their own rebound, and they'll look to set up the half court. They get it outside to Jada Kennison going cross court, now going inside to Covelo, puts it up and good. So she missed the opportunity for three-point play, but gets 4 points on one possession. So 45-25, it is now a 20-point lead. Jackson with it, gets it over to Engstrom. Engstrom up top to Johnson. Johnson looking to drive, almost loses control, gets it out to Engstrom. Engstrom underneath the Leesburg. She's triple teamed, puts it up anyway, and good. I'm amazed that there was no foul there, as many people that were around her. Wasn't the most wisest chosen shot, but she muscled her way up. Mountain View returning the favor, though, going inside, going to miss. Covelo gets the rebound, misses as well. So Hickey missed, Covelo got the rebound, missed, and now we're going to have it go out of bounds, and it'll go over to Riverton. Covelo now being subbed out for Haley Porter, and it looks like Cammie Kennison coming in for Jada Kennison. For Mountain View Lady Buffaloes, 45-27, 3:10 to play in the third quarter. Fegler looking to drive, kicks out to Engstrom. She thought about three. She stepped into it and then just held back, get underneath to Fegler. Fegler on the turnaround misses, and Mountain View comes away with the rebound. A little bit of a push there, quite honestly, by Michaeli as she stopped her dribble, but no call, no harm, no foul. Cross court going to Michaeli. Michaeli now for a three, no good. Rebound is going to come down to Mountain View. They miss it, put back up, and good. So Hallie Porter missed on the putback and then was able to get it again and put it back up and in. 2 offensive rebounds there. 47-27 here. Leesburg has it, kind of dragged a foot. Shoots from 15, though, and she's good. So she's 2 for 2 on the day. 47-29, 2:10 to go in the third. Mountain View working it in their half court to the wing. They go inside, and that was just too easy. Great pass, great seal off by Porter to get the 2. And it's 49-29 in favor of the Lady Buffalo. Leesburg now with it, gets it to Johnson. Johnson dribbles slightly in from the right wing, and swings over to Engstrom. Engstrom over to Fegler. Fegler from about 20 or 19-ish is good for 2. That is her first 2 of the second quarter, and that is, she's 1 for 6 in the third quarter, It's her first 2 of the third. Mountain View working their half court. They get to 10. 10 shoots from 15. That being home. That was Addison Hickey, and she is good from 15 right off the elbow there. 51-31. Lady Buffaloes. Ingstrom now with it, drives in, gets it to Johnson. Johnson drives up to the elbow, hands off to Jackson. Jackson, a weird little hook, not really under full control. That's her first miss of the half. It's an only shot, almost stolen away as Mountain View was looking to drive, but it fortuitously winds up with Cammie Kinnison. She puts it up and good. That's her first 2 of the night for Mountain View. 22-point lead inside to Fegler. Fegler turns and just could have taken her time to turn, kind of turned awkwardly, put it up and missed as we go under 45 seconds. Stolen away by Johnson there, so third turnover of the day by Mountain View. They've done very good with the basketball. Leesburg now with it, gets it up top to Johnson. Back over to Fegler on the right baseline. Fegler looking inside, has to go up top to Ingstrom. Ingstrom with it on the elbow-ish of the three-point line, or about where the elbow lines up with. Gets it to Fegler, over to Jackson. Jackson drives, tries to put it up, and she gets completely blocked. But unfortunately, for Mountain View, there was another player right there. That's on Cammie Kinnison. That should be her third, team second, and Jackson will go to the line for 2. The reason I say that, again, because there is no number 1, and they gave a foul to a number 1. First one is up by Jackson and is off target. So 17.7 seconds left, 53-31. Again, a strong third quarter by Mountain View, going back to what their bread and butter was, which was Hallie Porter and Covelo. Jackson's second one is up, hits every side of the iron, and goes through and is good. So Jackson will come out, substituted for Savannah Morton with 17.7 seconds left in the third. Bringing up is Mountain View. Mountain View setting things up. They've got it to Jada Kinnison, who hands it to Isabel Hickey. Hickey to Michaelai. Michaelai looking to go cross court with 4 seconds, and she throws it off. Riley Johnson, they're going to say, got a hand on it with 3.9 seconds left. So it'll be Mountain View's inbound, looking to increase their 21-point lead. They inbound it. Long three is up and missed, and they're unable to get Kinnison with the miss there. 24, Hallie Porter came down with the rebound, but she was unable to get it up and good. So that's the end of the third quarter with the score 53-32 is what they're telling us. So we'll go with that. And it's 53-32. We'll be right back with the conclusion of today's Lady Wolverine game here on KTAK.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Wolverine basketball. Fourth quarter about to begin, and as much as the second quarter was in favor of Riverton getting back a little bit closer in the game, the fourth quarter was not. 11 points to 19 scored by Mountain View. And we'll go into the fourth with a 21-point lead for the Mountain View Lady Buffaloes. Leesburg has it, gets it up top to Bradley as Riverton starts the fourth quarter with the ball. Over to Macy Brown, back up top to Judd. Judd over to Bradley on the left wing. She looks on the right wing, She looks to drive, kicks it Leesburg. Leesburg drive, puts up her runner, is no good. That's her first miss of the day. And Mountain View comes away with it. They've got it over to Cammie Kinnison. She almost loses control of it, but regains it. Goes cross court to Hickey. Hickey inside to Covelo, who kicks it back out to Cammie Kinnison this time. She does a little spin, puts it up, and no good. Rebound to Riverton. Savannah Morton gets over to Leesburg. Leesburg now on the wing, back up top to Judd. Judd looking to drive, gets it to Bradley, who's going to lose control of it. Barely gets back, but does get it back. Bradley now up top, looks to hand it off to Leesburg, does so. Leesburg to Judd. Judd looking to go baseline. Backs in, loses control of it, goes to the ground. Ball is all sorts of everywhere, and we're going to get a jump ball. She just completely lost control about it. Nope. They're going to say she did have control of it, and it was a timeout. So we'll take it with them. 6:47, Riverton timeout. 6:47 left in the game, 53-32. Lady Buffaloes over your Lady Wolverines.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help, in Lander and Riverton.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton High School athletics. We are coming out of a timeout after a loose ball on the floor. Travis McIntosh, coach of Riverton, able to get that timeout with 6:47 to play. It has been all Buffaloes, and really when I say it's been all Buffaloes, it has been Covelo and Porter underneath. Don't get me wrong, they've had a lot of supporting help, but they have been the two that set the tone for the Lady Buffaloes. Bradley over to Leesburg now after the timeout and the inbounds. Over to Savannah Morton. Morton up top to Judd. Judd back over to Macy Brown. Brown back to Bradley. Bradley over to Leesburg. Leesburg just passing around three-point line right now. Brown with it, still past three-point line to Judd. Judd thought about it, takes one dribble drive, gets it to Brown. She drives in the paint, kicks out to Leesburg. She drives into traffic, puts it up and good. We might be seeing a little bit coming of age, if you will, as far as basketball prowess goes, of Leesburg. She's now 3 for 4 with 6 points. And here comes Mountain View the other direction at 53-34. They're going to shoot, miss, and that shot was going to be missed by Hickey. And it's going to come away to Riverton. So 19-point lead, they get to Judd. Judd back up top to Brown. Brown goes left to Leesburg after looking for Savannah Morton. Gets over to Bradley on the right wing. Bradley looking to drive. She's got ability to take it in. She puts it up just too hard off the glass and no good. Mountain View comes away with the rebound. It is Cameron Kinnison with it. Hands it to Jada Kinnison. Oh, they look kind of like sisters, but they could be cousins. Who knows? Swung all the way across court over to Hickey. Hickey back up to Porter. Porter playing way away from the basket. They're going to go inside for Covelo. She gets it, has to kick it right back up as she was losing her back out as she was losing her footing, and the end result is Kinnison has it. Kinnison hands it off to Hickey. Hickey drives in. And we're going to get a travel for the 4th turnover of the day against Mountain View. So Olivia Bradley is going to get substitute for McKay Fegler coming in. I'm trying to see who else. Jackson came in. Riley Johnson came in. A decent amount of substitution there by Coach McIntosh as we just go under 5 minutes to play. 53-34, Mountain View Lady Buffalo leading Riverton. Leesburg now has it just to the right of top of the key, gets it over to Fegler. Fegler back up top to Engstrom, back over to Riley Johnson. Johnson looking to go baseline. She's cut off by Covelo. Hits Jackson on a pass, probably not the most advised pass. Jackson has it tipped away, even though she really didn't have a whole lot of control over it. And now we get mass substitutions. I mean, 5 for 5 for Mountain View, and Bradley's going to come in to get Leesburg here. So it will be inbound by Riverton. Johnson's going to be slightly to, as the way I'm looking at it, slightly to the right of the basket. She's looking, she's slightly to the left. Johnson with it, trying to get it inbound. She's about 4 seconds, gets it inbound to Fedler. Fedler to Engstrom. Engstrom to Jackson. Jackson to Johnson on the right side, gets up top to Bradley. Bradley shoots a long two, way off target, hits well to the right of the rim, off the backboard, and no good. Mountain View now looking to come down, setting up their half court. They get the ball to Michaelai. Michaelai kicks it out to Hickey for a three, and she misses everything but the net. It just hit the bottom of the net to Isabella Hickey. So Johnson now with it, shoots a three from the left wing and is no good. And it's going to go out of bounds off of Riverton with 4:02 to go. Still 53-34. No points by Mountain View here in the fourth quarter, and only 2 by Riverton. Things have slowed down tremendously as we now go under 3:50 to play in the ball game. Very content. They wind up swinging all the way to 5 for a three. Michaelai, and she airballs it. Rebound is by number 20, who misses it, and then it's rebounded by Riverton. So missed by Pitts. She's in the game for the first time as they're going deep in their bench. Of course, multiple games play in multiple days in succession. Johnson to Jackson. Jackson looking to drive, has to kick it out to Engstrom. Engstrom on the baseline, kicks back out to Jackson. Jackson looking to go same baseline, puts up a 15-footer, is no good. Rebound by Mountain View with 3:10 to go in the ball game. Bringing it across the timeline is Silbert for Mountain View. She gets it over to Addison Hickey, who gets it up top. And look, they're going underneath for Pitts, but they completely overshoot how tall she is. Or is not, and that'll be the 5th turnover of the day against Mountain View. So things have greatly slowed. 2 points total scored in the fourth quarter so far, those by Leesburg of Riverton, and we're under 3 to go. Johnson now with it on the right wing. She looks inside for Engstrom. It's not there, so she's looking to go. She was looking to hit Fedler on a cut, but it's going to wind up in a jump ball. It was not the best of passes. And it's going to be possession arrow. Worst thing since Colgate came out with frozen foods. And for those of you not born in the 70s or early 80s, you don't remember Colgate having frozen food. But it does lead to a turnover off that pass, and now with 12 on the day is Riverton as we go under 2:40. Easily breaking the Riverton press is Cammie Kennison. She dishes to Jada, who misses, and so does Covelo. She misses again, and finally it looks like Riverton's going to come away with it. Jada miss, and then Covelo missing twice. Then she gets called for a foul. It's only her second, team third. So again, fouls not really coming into play here in this game whatsoever. Both teams being pretty disciplined as far as that goes. Engstrom now with it, has on the baseline, looks to throw baseline to Riley Johnson, and we go to the ground for it. Riverton able to come away with it. Engstrom has it, gets it back to Johnson. Johnson to Bradley. Bradley fakes the drive, then gets over to Engstrom on the left wing. Engstrom bringing up top, 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and in the ball game. Leesburg, who's now back in, gets it over to Engstrom. Engstrom back up top to up on the top of the wing to Johnson, and Johnson throws a pass right to Mountain View for the 13th turnover. Mountain View looked to break, didn't have the numbers, pulls it back out. Now they go inside to Covelo, who puts it up, and nope, they're going to say she traveled. If she hadn't have traveled, it'd been and one. Let's see here, Judd, Morton, Brown, Cloud Horse, and 14, who I don't have. That's unique, so 14, we'll go ahead and write her down in there. I don't have number 14, have to go to the JV roster, look that up. Minute 37 to go, and like I said, fourth quarter, 2 total points between the two teams. Has not been a quarter of great basketball. Number 14 is going to drive down to the baseline, picks up her dribble, gets it out to Morton. Morton back up to Judd. Judd over to Brown on the left wing. Brown back up top to Morton. Morton over to Cloudhorse. Back over to Judd on the right baseline. Judd looks to drive, does so, puts up a short shot and misses. Rebound by Mountain View. Bringing it up is Mountain View as we're about to go under 1 minute to play. Cayman Kinnison has it, gets inside to Porter. Porter with a runner, no good. Gets her own rebound, kicks it back out to Jada Kinnison, no good from three. Rebound went to to Mountain View or Riverton, and now we've got all sorts of commotion going on. So, let me miss that. Cloudhorse came away with the rebound, had to fight for it, ripped it out of a girl's hands, went down to the ground. It went to, I'm guessing, a jump ball or rolled out of bounds off somebody. Can't see from this angle that we have really, that I have now. Morton inbounds to 14. We're under 40 seconds to go. Nonetheless, it wound up with Riverton's possession and still only 2 points scored in the fourth quarter. Judd has it on the left side, dribbles up the elbow, turns, drives down to the paint, puts up a shot, and no good. Mountain View comes down, and it's going to be blocked out of bounds on the shot by Charlie Porter, who missed, but it does go off of Mountain View with 22.4 seconds left. So again, I mean, the shooting percentage for Mountain View is atrocious in the fourth quarter. A lot of shots and not a one of them made. And we have 17.2 seconds left. Inbounded by Riverton. Morton over to Judd. Judd brings up top, gets it to Macy Brown for three. No good, leaves it short. Savannah Morton had a chance to rebound. It rolls to Judd, was 8 seconds left. Gets over to 14 with 3 seconds, 2 seconds. She tries a runner. No good by her as well. So that is the ball game. And final score, if you've heard the number 53 from Mountain View, it's what they started the quarter with. And they win 53-34 over the Riverton Lady Wolverines. We'll be right back with the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on KTAK.
From the field to the court to the pool and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Is your resolution this year to be healthier? You may have made a commitment to improve your physical health, but don't forget about your financial health. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union is listed as one of the healthiest credit unions in the U.S., and we are the healthiest credit union in Wyoming, according to depositaccounts.com. Don't risk having your accounts anywhere else. Become a member today and accomplish your first resolution by becoming healthier. Financially speaking, that is. Federally insured by NCUA. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes. Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County School Athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
From the wide.
And welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on Wyo Today Media and KTAK. Final score from day 2 of the Flaming Gorge Invitational. The Mountain View Lady Buffaloes 53 over the Riverton Lady Wolverines, who finished with 34. Basically, the stats are very much for Mountain View in favor of Covelo and Hallie Porter. You heard me say that throughout the game. They scored 28 of the 53, accounting for more than half of them, and they did very well. 18 points for Covelo. Porter finished with 10. Isabel Hickey finished with 7, as did Addison Hickey. With 4 points. Michael I finished with 4. Jada Kinnison with 3. Cammie Kinnison and Charlie Porter both finished with 2. On the Riverton side, and that will lead to our player of the game, we're actually going to vary it up here. We always have 2 players of the game because 2 sponsors for it and 2 different things we kind of look for. On the day, though, we're going to say that the Papa Murphy's player of the game, which we'll roll into right now. Congratulations to our Papa Murphy's player of the game, and that's going to be number 20, Leesburg. So I don't have a first name in front of me. I'm sorry, I forgot to get that from the roster. We didn't have her on the original roster handed to us. She was not the leading scorer, only finishing with 6, but was 3 of 4, and really took some great shots and looked very good. You've seen her take great steps and strides of improvement as she's gotten a little bit more and more playing time today. A little unique in the fact that we didn't see her at all in the first half, but we did see her come out in the second half and play well, including 2 for 2 in the third quarter, 1 for 2 in the fourth. And that, congratulations to her being our Papa Murphy's player of the game. As far as our Gatorade player of the game, the Thirst Quencher, we're going to give that one to McKay Fegler. She was the leading point scorer with 8 on the day. So congratulations to our Papa Murphy's player of the game, Leesburg, and our Gatorade player of the game, McKay Fegler. We do have some, we have some Gatorade for Fegler, but I'm sure they're going now to go back to their hotel, get something to eat, because they're they're done for the day. So they may be doing some classwork today, or I don't know how they did their finals or whatnot. They may just be going to have a little fun. Definitely probably going to get something to eat, though. Reminder that we do have the boys game coming up, but we'll get to that in a few. On the day, the Riverton Lady Wolverine stat sheet was as follows. McKay Fegler with 8, Paisley Jackson with 7, Leesburg with 6, Olivia Bradley with 5, Haley Engstrom with 3, as it was Riley Johnson. 2 points for Judd, and that rounded it out. Unfortunately for Riverton, they were only 11 of 44 from the field for 25%. They actually fell in the second half, where we had talked about in the first half shooting 26% overall. They needed to get that number up a little bit if they wanted to come back, as they'd shown some proclivity to possibly make a run at the end of the second quarter, really the entire second quarter. But they fell 1 percentage point, but just not enough to get them back in it, and that led to the final result of losing by 19. For a bright spot from the free throw line, they were 8 of 11, or 72%, so they knocked down their free throws at a nice clip. And again, not a lot of fouls in this game. Both teams combining both halves together. Mountain View only had a total of 8, and Riverton only committed 4 fouls, so it was a good job by them as far as keeping from fouling. The girls' next game will be a breakfast tilt tomorrow at 9:40, and we are going to be, I do believe, at the same place tomorrow. I'll double check that if you're going to be coming down tonight, maybe catch the boys' game and then the girls and boys tomorrow. But I do believe we're right back here tomorrow morning. And we are going to be at the boys' game, and that's going to be right here as well, and that's going to be at 4:20 against Grace out of Idaho. So we'll be right back here on KTAK. We're going to pay a few more bills. We'll be right back to wrap up this session of the Flaming Gorge Tournament right after these messages.
And near you. Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
And welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on KTAK. Your final score again, Mountain View Lady Buffaloes 53, Riverton Lady Wolverines 34. That drops Coach McIntosh and the Lady Wolverines to 1-5 on the season. And they played a tough team tonight. Mountain View now goes to 6-0 on the season. And most of their games have not been close. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, they played Wind River in an invitational type setting and won something like 63-19. So they're having their way with Fremont County schools right now. I want to thank Connor Shields on camera and Rusty Harris back at the mothership helping us out here. Reminder, we will be back on at about 4 o'clock with the Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show as the boys will take on Grace High School from Idaho. For Kevin Shields, this and the whole crew at Wind River Radio Network, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in a couple hours.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.